Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is George Schlackig.
The one and only.
Finally, I'm riding the bike on the open road in the country. So I took this turn here. It's like acreage land. It's something estate, hilltop, I don't know. They all have fancy names. There are nice houses here with big properties, and it's normally not the kind of place where I spend much time. And well, I noticed there's a funny structure not far from here that from my perspective looks like it's a water tower, or it could have antennas in it or something like that. And I'm way far from the airport, way far from the city, but I brought my little drone, my little Mavis, the DJI Mini 2, and like this thing, I don't know if you can see some white like right about in the center between those trees. That's where it's at. And I'm thinking I'm gonna launch my little drone here. I'm not in plain view of anybody here, but I'm a little bit concerned that maybe some neighbor may not like what I'm doing. I don't think there's anything illegal about it, but I might as well check the drone app, see if I'm in a restricted zone or anything. So I don't know if my phone is bright enough to see this, but when you see where my location is there, yeah, I don't have any restrictions here. So I flew here, guilty as charged. I absolutely don't know what this thing is. Maybe you can leave me a comment. I'm kind of curious, and I'm probably going to end up looking it up on Google. Looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Like kind of some kind of telescope thing, maybe? You might be wondering what this is all about. Why am I on a bike ride today out in the country when I've been so busy lately? I haven't even been able to post all the videos I've already pre-recorded for this channel that are mostly revolving around my truck. I could promise you there's more to come. But it turns out that even when you got everything recorded, you know, the editing that's involved when you're crawling around the truck, under the truck, and doing certain things, trying to get the camera to just the perfect angle. By the time you've done all that, you got like basically hours worth of footage, and it's hard to edit this. Well, let me talk about this bike ride. Today, Barbara is working at a school in Beaumont. She's teaching art classes there. And so I decided I'm going to come along, help her with the logistics of it a little bit, you know, help her bring the stuff in there. I don't mind, I drive her. So I decided yesterday that I'm going to bring my bicycle. I put it on the bike rack on the car. Like, Beaumont is south of Edmonton, and basically there's a lot of range roads here. There's a lot of secondary highways that are ideal for riding the bike. So I decided I'm going to do this. And I'm going to take a little break from just having to get things done all the time. I've had 3 days this week of pretty intense work. I rebuilt 2 sets of stairs on the outside of a house, and then I assembled a prefab shed, and I'm going to get to that kind of thing later on, because I was actually shocked about what poor quality this thing was. But right now, things have turned out they're not exactly the way that I was hoping and the way that I was planning. Want to see my bike? Okay, here it is in the grass. And I was just pulling out here after having recorded a little footage. And there we go. The tire is flat. And now I got to figure out, how did that happen? So I'm feeling my way around the tire right now, but this one has a quick connect, so I'm gonna take it off. So here I am in the middle of nowhere in some estate place, like where probably if neighbors see me, they're gonna think, what's this guy up to? It doesn't matter. I gotta take a gulp of my water that I brought, and then I'm gonna fix this flat. First agenda of the day, and hopefully this is the last flat of the day, because I think I rode quite a few kilometers since Beaumont. Yeah, so bringing this stuff was actually kind of a last minute thing. I almost left without it, because when do you ever get a flat? I got a pump, I got a patch kit, I got tire levers. And this wheel happens to be the quick release one, but we're gonna first spin this and see if there's any visible evidence of something having entered the tire. There's some kind of thing here. Oh, gotta release the brake, obviously. There. And the wheel is out. This easy. Start from here. Get it over the rim. Then I'll be able to see really easily where the damage occurred. Alright. So I got the tire and the tube still in the same position that it was, and I'm gonna try to re-find my hole that I found, just in case it's in there, because it could be a piece of glass that embedded itself in the tire. There's right here. This would be right there. If it is, it's okay. The valve is there. There's one side has a white stripe, so it is just about, I want to say, 8 inches from there. But anyways, let's pump this tube up and see what happens. Of course, there's one thing that's always good to have when you're on a bike ride like this out in the country. That's a spare tube. And of course a pump that works. This one used to work. Oh, what's going on here? I'll never pump it up with this pump. Open this up and see what's wrong. This all seems to be in reasonable shape. So why isn't it pumping up the tire? I mean, this used to make real pressure. Well, it seems to at least work, sort of. That Schrader valve, you know, that's my belief. My belief. And Schrader valve. And yeah, I'm actually getting a little bit of air in there now. Alright. Now I gotta listen and observe. So I found the problem. But since I have nothing here to mark it with, I have to kind of memorize where it's at. See, there's the writing here on the tube, right there where my thumb is. And then there's a seam, and the hole is right on the seam. And I don't know if I stretch this, if you'll see this. Yeah, I think it's right there. Like about a 1/4 inch from this seam right there. There. It almost seemed like it was kind of hopeless to find this leak because, you know, the air is going out so fast. But now I know where it's at, and I just want to put a patch on there and should be good to go. Doing this right on the pavement. Now, where's that damn seam? Right there. Yeah, I want to kind of grind it down a bit so there's no way for this to leak because it's so close to this. I think we're just about there. I could see the hole now due to what I did here. Right, let's put the big red sun. Ah, I didn't even squeeze it. This certainly doesn't need a big patch. Now gotta wait until this dries. Gonna examine the options here. I only have 4 patches in total. These are kind of big for this tube, but gotta make do with what's there. Yeah, this is a dollar store patch kit. The reason I bought this is basically because the patch kit that we had, all the tubes of rubber cement, they're rock solid, you know. I think once you open them, it's only a matter of time for that to happen. Basically, I bought it only for the tube of rubber cement. And so while this rubber cement is drying, I'll tell you a little bit more about the revelations I kind of had this week. Mostly it's about this shed that I had to build for someone. I know these sheds, they used to be very popular, and they are probably still there, but I haven't seen many new ones in recent years. The old ones from the 70s, they're still around typically. See, it's a metal shed that is, I'm guessing, about 6 by 6 or something like that. Not very tall. It's all metal. But the one that I had to assemble the other day, I mean, the quality that you can buy today at a store like Home Depot is just not the same as it used to be back in the day. And I think a lot of people don't realize that. They automatically go for the product that looks familiar to them, that they know, and they basically get screwed, because that's really what it is. It's almost borders on fraud, in my opinion, to lower the quality to the point where it's almost not usable. Well, in my opinion, even with this bike that you see behind me here and that I'm riding today, this is a bike from the 1980s. In the 1980s, this would have been an entry-level road bike. Not the highest dollar one, but a decent, like, you wouldn't get this for cheap at Walmart. The quality on this bike is every bit as good as like a high-dollar racing bike, perhaps even better, because it wasn't built with the intention of making it super light, but just to make a good bike. And today, I wouldn't trust any bicycle company to do that. Today, when it's an entry-level product, you can almost bet on that there's going to be some part in there that is designed to not hold up very well or break prematurely. And then when it does, it'll render the whole bike unserviceable. I've seen that with derailleur hangers. And I can't think of the moment of what other parts, but you could probably, if you have one of these bikes, leave me a comment. That's why I like to have a bike from the 1980s, because I know that it'll be still good in another 40 years. When this bike is a bike for life. That's what I'm trying to say. So what I'm getting at is that today a lot of companies, what they do is they try to give you products that you will buy because their marketing is brilliant and it looks like the exact thing that you need. But in reality, it is designed to make them the maximum profit while they don't really care about what you have. And they get away with it because it's so widespread now that there is no competition that'll offer you something significantly better at a reasonable price. If you're rich, I guess you're kind of isolated from that because you can buy the high dollar stuff. But the masses, like the middle class or whatever you want to call it, it's not going to happen, you know. You just have to buy what you can afford. And even when you're kind of minimalist and you don't buy any extra stuff, a lot of times you end up with crap. So in my case, I'm using a lot of products from like long ago, and it could be, of course, because this was the time when I first got familiar with these things, when I was in my 20s, like the 1980s. So I guess it says, yeah, I'm an old dude. I'm old, and I don't necessarily know better. But, you know, I've learned some things in my life, and that's one of them. So, enough talking. Let's check out the thing. See, this patch kit, it's from China. It doesn't have self-adhesive patches. It's cheap, but I'm hopeful that the patches are good enough to get me at least back to Beaumont and maybe get me a little further too. I was just starting to enjoy the ride. Not designed to make you happy, but to make someone a little money. But it should be good enough to get me on the road. I'll just tear it off once it's stuck on there. Yeah, this certainly doesn't look beautiful around the edge, but it is in the right spot. I'm gonna pump this to see what happens.
Yeah.
I think we're good. I'm gonna throw this back on and that's it. The bike ride can go on. Well, before installing this, I still want to go with my fingers through this tire just to see if there's anything that might have caused this and to eliminate the probability of it happening again. This is not the newest tire. I'm actually gonna examine the wheel as well.
Hey,
Hello.
how's it going?
Going okay.
Oh,
Just got a flat.
oh man. You got everything you need?
Yeah, I'm almost done here.
Okay,
It's- It's patched. It's just a little bit of a pain to do it. Like,
on the road, yeah.
got this tiny little pump, but I think it'll be fine. Yeah, because when the wind blows, you can't hear where the leak is.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
right.
but I got it.
Okay, well, I'm not too far away if you need me to bring you anything.
Oh, I think I'm good. It's just gonna be another minute or so, and I'll be on my way.
Are you close to here?
Nope.
No, you're a fair ways away, are you?
Yeah, my wife works in Beaumont today, so
Oh,
I just I give her a hand in the morning. I took the bike, so I'm just kind of going on a little ride in the countryside
yeah,
because I haven't had the chance to do that much. You know, I've been too busy. So
yeah.
it's a perfect day for it too.
Yeah, it's nice. You know, it's been cold this month.
Yeah, for June, eh?
Oh, yeah.
And every other day it rains. I was curious. You know what that thing is?
Oh, that's for the airport. That's the radar ball.
Oh, is that right, eh?
Yeah, that thing pumps out probably about 20,000 watts to
Yeah.
communicate with planes how far away it's, you know, from 2,000 miles away or so. I mean, that thing puts out, like when they say danger, high voltage on the fence, like we walked out there when we were kids and I thought it was an electric fence, but now that I know, it's like, no, don't go near that, because being around that antenna putting out that kind of power is like being inside a microwave.
Oh, wow.
So,
Oh, dang it. It's not really seated very well. Well, I gotta do this.
oh no!
I got so much for that tube.
Shit, I can come back with my truck and give you a ride if you want.
What time is it? I don't think you have to, because I think I have lots of time. 11:25. Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to, but
Well, I mean, you don't want to sit here all day, do you?
I'd have to walk.
Yeah, no.
Walk that bike.
Yeah, you're just in Beaumont?
Yeah, it's just Beaumont, where I don't know what the name of the school is. It's not far from the no frills there.
Okay,
I'll
yeah.
just throw the bike back on the
Yeah,
car.
sure. I'll give you a ride with my truck.
Dang, you know, like this morning, the last minute decision, oh, I better throw the patch kit in there, you know? Like, for me even to have that. Like, I've been so many bike rides, it never happened like that.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's always that one time. Yeah. Sometimes that's how it goes. So here I am pushing the bike right now. The guy said he was nearby. He was gonna grab his truck and give me a lift back to Beaumont, but I don't know. I don't think he changed his mind. He's probably gonna pop up here any minute, but if worse comes to worse, I'll walk it back to Beaumont. Talk about adventure. I'm gonna walk to the stop sign and then see, maybe give it a few minutes. So that big ball over there, it's a radar thingy. So this was it. This was my bike ride. Got cut short, and I got a lift here. I got a lift here from a stranger named Chris. There's my bike. I tell you one thing. These rims that I have on here, they're steel rims and they're not clincher rims. The tires that I'm running on there, they have a note on there saying that you're not supposed to use them unless it's a clincher rim or hook type rim. Well, I got these tires for cheap and I thought I was good with that. So there's always the first time you get a problem, and that was today. So I don't know. I probably have to get different tires for these rims if I don't want to change the rims, which I don't. So we'll see. We'll see what I can come up with for bicycle tires for this old road bike from the 1980s. Maybe you have a tip for me. Leave me a comment and maybe give me a thumbs up. Thank you for that, and I'll see you in the next video.